She gives where you been all my life vibes, white vibes. She gives snack, entree, and all the sides vibes. She been everything I want.
Hey y'all. All right, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna cook. Thinking something really quick and easy. Which I just made this the other day, so I'm debating. Maybe I shouldn't make that again. It's easy and it's quick, but they may not eat it because I just made it. Oh, I know what I can do. We can do some fried rice in the Instapot. And right now, I got a piece of hair. It's been hanging out. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm trying to figure out something to eat. And I wanted to kind of dive into a topic that I just saw. I need something immediately because I was feeling like my blood sugar was dropping. So I need to get something in my system. I'm going to do some hearts of palm in the air fryer with my cottage cheese. I think I'm going to do the pineapple cottage cheese. I'm sorry. I really felt like my blood sugar was dropping. And I didn't touch him or anything like that. I don't do that. If I'm in the kitchen. Okay, so for some reason, this part of the video, the sound did not pick up. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what's missing. So this is where I kind of introduce you guys to what our topic is going to be about today. And the topic came from a video that I saw, I think on TikTok or somewhere, where Megan Good and her husband, it was saying that they are friends and that they were friends prior to divorcing. And so my conversation was basically, is that something that is normal or something that you guys could do? Because to me, it would be weird to get a divorce and to not be, feeling some type of way about each other or whatever. If we're friends and we're getting a divorce, maybe we need to rethink getting a divorce. I mean, I'm not really sure. Most people are not in a really good place if they decide to go as far as a divorce. So anyway, it'll pick back up a little bit later in the video. Okay, bye. Like I said, I think I'm going to do this hearts of palm and the cottage cheese and get those. I just had a banana. And I'm going to do my cucumber salad. So I think that's going to kind of be what I eat today. I do still have some leftovers, which I may just let that be dinner for tonight again. But I'm debating. We'll see. Because I got stuff in the refrigerator that I probably need to go ahead and cook. So I'm going to look at that in a second and just determine what I need to do. But I was sitting there looking at a video popped up on with Megan Good. and she was talking about her marriage. You know, her and her husband had gotten a divorce, and she was talking about how they're still, you know, how when they were going forward to meet with their attorney, it was kind of like they were still chummy, like best friends or whatever. And, you know, people, I guess, are looking at it like, what in order? You know, y'all here for a divorce. And I'm a comment section girl when it comes to stuff like that. And so I had to go to the comment section immediately and just see, like, what in the world people think about this. And it's kind of mixed feelings, but I think some of the feeling, the feeling that I got from it was, I don't think that I can be, I'm not trying to be, if we're ending our marriage and we're still able to be cool, I just don't know that that would warrant leaving my marriage. Wait a minute, let me pull out the air fryer. I have it sitting on my baker's rack because we use it so often. I didn't want to put it in the pantry, but I also didn't want it to be out here anywhere. But we're gonna get us a couple of, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna do like maybe 3 of these and put the other, because I don't need many of them. Oop, it's okay, I'm standing right here. And then we'll have the other 3 later. But let me just tell you guys, so it is calcium, iron, potassium. These are the things that are in this as far as nutritional benefits. And then it's protein. You get 3 grams eating the 3 and 6 grams eating all 6. It has fiber, low sugar, very low carb, very low sugar. It's like 2%. So, and then low sodium. So these are actually a nice healthy snack. And I tried them raw. Well, you know, just out of the jar. They're good that way, but they taste much better air fried. Air fried takes it to a whole nother limit, whole nother level. So I prefer them air fried if I don't have them. And we'll just pop those in here and eat these later, probably tomorrow. And I'll probably do it with the mustard tomorrow. So my husband bought some cucumbers. I bought cucumbers. I don't know that we're going to be able to eat up all these cucumbers before they start going to the bed, so that's kind of annoying, but I'm going to try to figure it out. But anywho, watching that video I thought was pretty interesting because I was trying to think as far as myself, like, could I be in that situation or predicament to where I could divorce? Because if you guys don't know, this is my second marriage that I'm in now. And my first marriage, ooh, Lord, that could have been bad. I got my wine glass sitting up here. My first marriage ended, and there was some infidelity in that marriage. So with that, I kind of look at it like this. If I'm divorcing you, it's just, I just don't know that I could be okay with us still being cool. Not in the midst of divorcing. Like, to me, that just seems kind of odd. I mean, I'm not, you know, that's their thing, that's their thing. I mean, to each his own. I'm not judging by no means am I judging the situation. I am just speaking from my how I feel, what have you. And I just feel like, I guess in that sense, I'm still kind of old school in terms of marriage, I guess, when it comes to that, because I do feel like, don't get me wrong, I know that, you know, when you're married, you go through all kinds of stuff, and you want to divorce. You may want to divorce more than one time throughout the course of your marriage. But I do feel like, I think I'm going to make this soup that I used to make. I just don't have meat to put in it, because I normally put sausage in it. I may try to see if my husband can bring some sausage home on his way, or I could just leave it meatless. I might do this because I need to get rid of this kale, because this kale looking a hot mess already. And so I need to try to go ahead and use it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is try to use this kale. And I may just go ahead and put it in a little soup. Just a small batch. Because yeah, just a small batch. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just get rid of this kale. And then that's my cabbage. And I'll get to that hopefully in the next day or two. I'll try to cook this by the end of the week. Because I hate buying fresh veggies and then they go to the bad. So that's kind of where I am now. I have so much stuff stuffed in that refrigerator. I need to start using some of this. I'll take this and get rid of it. This is the remainder of that homemade ranch dressing that I made. Oh, that's what he was bugging me. That's what's getting you. He's seeing his shadow. Certain times he can see his shadow in the reflection in the door. So that's what he's barking at. Little crow thing. Because I see him trying to get to the shadow. Funny. Okay, so anyway. Oh, I don't know what I was getting ready to say, honey. I just had, oh yeah, my ranch dressing. And so it's been in here. And it had got a little moisture in it. I don't know how, but it did. And so, I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And I'll make a new one. I got some salad dressings back here. I need to get rid of. Oh, okay. I thought I did. No, I don't. I'm gonna sit these out. There's 2 okra left in here. This need to get ate so I can wash that jar. But yeah, so she was talking about how, that because they were friends, I guess, initially, that they're still able to, they're probably ready now, yeah. They still have maintained their friendship. And so that's why they were able to go into the divorce amicable, I guess you would say. And while I'm for amicable and, not, making a fool out yourself, and that every time you see each other, y'all gotta, you gotta talk junk and all, and just act like little children or whatever. While I'm 4, being able to be respectful to one another and handle things, you know, with some dignity. I just don't know that I can say for me that I would be divorcing someone. Well, no, I'm not going to say that because now, okay, let's say it this way. Because I get it as far as a person, you know, you can be married and you can love the person that you're with, and you can definitely consider divorcing many times. You know, that is not uncommon in marriages. The thing that separates, you know, longevity from, you know, quick to get a divorce is the fact that you realize that you really love this person and that you would rather try to tough it out than try to start over, you know, with someone else and all that, you know, go through all of that. You would rather just go ahead and try to work it out. That's kind of the difference. You know, you have to make a decision basically to stay together. And so for me, that's kind of how I look at it. We can be very quick to throw away a marriage, you know, because of the person's getting on my nerves, or the person is not able to contribute the way I wish they would, or you know, I wish they would be able to. You know, you go through those stages, or because a person, whatever, it could be anything, just whatever annoys you, I guess, whatever gets under your skin about that person. Women, you know, it could be a man that feels like she's gained weight and she's no longer sexy to me or whatever. Because I feel like in my first marriage, that's kind of what it was. I gained weight, a little bit of weight. I mean, I've never been a heavy person, but I gained weight. I was no longer, you know, the little young girl that you met. And I had picked up weight and I became more settled in, settled in my lifestyle. I was just working. Yeah, it's raining. Do you want to go out there? No, you probably don't. Go if you're going. You're going to be out there 2 seconds and we'll come right back in. But, you know, I had went through that little stage in my life to where I had gained some weight. I was just focused on working and raising the kids because they were young. And that was just my whole world, was just that, you know, working and raising the kids and the children. And it turned into, this is unhealthy. I don't need this. I'm not gonna eat it. So I think he stopped being attracted to me, but I think it was a lot of other little stuff that it was destined to not go well anyway, just because of some other things, but that I'm just not gonna get into right now. I may do it in a separate video one day. But yeah, so I don't think he was attracted to me anymore. And so, you know, I did find out there was some infidelity or what have you. And so for me, because I've always had self-confidence. I mean, I don't think that there's anyone that can make me, you know, feel like I'm not beautiful, because I know I am. So that doesn't bother me. If you're no longer attracted to me because I'm settling down in life and focused on family and children, which is what we're doing together, then that's your problem. That's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't, so I didn't take that as though something was wrong with me. But at the same token, you know, that's what happened. You know, you decided, I guess, that, you know, you wanted to see what else was out there, whatever. I told you, he back at the door. And my husband will say, now make him stay out there. But I ain't gonna do it. Because it is right now. But, he be acting like he just froze, like a little ice cream. You know, I know you can't stand that rain chair. I told him he a cat dog, so that's why he don't like the rain. But anywho, let's go ahead and get our cucumbers ready. So cut these up. See, that's why I don't like having conversations when I'm supposed to be doing stuff, because I get sidetracked. I saw this little hack. I'm waiting to see if it's really good before I share it, but it seems to be working so far. I'm gonna see how it does with the cucumbers in there that my husband bought, because he bought the big ones. I usually buy these small ones. I think they taste better. They don't have that bitterness, you know, that the big ones can have sometimes. So that's why I buy them. And I got the rest of my green juice. So I'm trying to drink that, and I'm trying to finish this Olipop. So these are things I gotta get rid of. So that's why they're sitting there. Let's take out. Let me get a plate. So yeah. So for me, you know, when we divorced, it was. I don't hate you, but I guess I didn't have any more. I didn't respect him any longer or whatever. And so for me, that's kind of how I look at it. Like, if I'm divorcing someone, I would rather us not like each other or not care for each other. Because if I still like you or love the friendship aspect is still there, I just don't know that I would be okay with divorcing you. That's just my opinion. Like, it would seem like, okay, so let's go into that. And so I'm not sure why they divorced. I don't know the reason. I thought it was just because it was more people, I guess, in their opinions is kind of how it led to the end of their marriage. Is that what it was? I can't remember, but I know they said that people in the church or whatever didn't like her. So I don't know what all the reason was, but anyway. If you want to go biblically, I try not to do that, but if you want to go biblically, you know, you get divorced for infidelity, you know. I don't know about this is me personally, and I think a lot of other people. I'm not sure if it's biblical, but the other thing would be, of course, abuse. You know, if you're in an abusive relationship, I think that's fair game to say, yeah, you can leave that. But those are kind of the things for me. Like, you're doing something inappropriate, which I figure, because I want to add that in there, even though I guess you can put that with infidelity, but it's still more, the focus would be more the inappropriateness. So I would say, if you find out the person is doing something to harm a child or something like that, or they've harmed another human, you know, they're abusing you, or there's infidelity. To me, those are kind of the things, like if you're both still living, that are acceptable reasons for a divorce. But anything outside of that, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see me, that I'm in frame, because I'm trying to film differently and I have no idea. I hope it's working. I hope it's going to capture. Maybe I should turn the camera just to be on the safe side, because I would hate to. Yeah, you don't have to be that far over. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, wait a minute. It's my... Oh, I don't know. Did I turn my... Okay, so I think my mic wasn't synced. Okay, so anyway, I think those are kind of acceptable reasons for divorce. Now, I'm not saying that people don't get divorced for other reasons, and it works. It helps them. You know, it's more of a for the sake of your sanity or. Mhm. Don't be married anymore. Those kind of things are, to me. Why did you get married? I may have to make all of these, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Those are good. With that darn pineapple cottage cheese. I think that's the way I'm gonna do it from now on. Is the pineapple cottage cheese. Yeah, even if I have to buy like a can of pineapples and just keep canned pineapples and just buy the cottage cheese and mix it myself. I think that's getting ready to be my jive, y'all. Because this is here. And it's not just because I'm hungry. Not just because I'm hungry. This is really here. So anyway, it's just kind of messy. But to me, like, those are the reasons to get a divorce. You know, I mean, those are the reasons why you should get divorced. Because you could be just going through a period in your life. Like I saw somewhere where there was somebody talking about divorcing or whatever. Or was that Tabitha story? I don't think, no, that wasn't Tabitha. Because you know Tabitha admits, Tabitha Brown, she admitted that her and her husband had talked about divorce before. So that's why I say I don't think it's uncommon to go through those moments in your periods in your marriage, because it's hard. You got two people, totally different people, that are coming together as one. That's a lot. That's a lot, because you got two total different personalities that you have got to mesh into one person and be able to function and maintain a life together. Like, that's a lot. That is a lot. So marriage is not gonna be easy. You know, heck, if you got friends, friendships are not easy. You know, you go through ups and downs with your friends. So you imagine you talking about a whole husband or wife, and y'all got to share finances. You've got to share your bathroom space, your bed, your house, your meals. Like, you've got to share everything with this person. That's gonna be, you're gonna have a lot of bumping heads. It's gonna be a lot of that. So it's just, to me, it's just a matter of picking and choosing your battles. Like, do you want to start over just because this person did, he getting on your nerves a little bit now? Is that enough for you to decide that you want to start over with someone else when this person, the only thing is right here in this moment. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's just right in the moment that people, you're upset and you decide that you don't want to be married anymore. Sometimes it's really, literally in the moment. And a lot of times, and I say a lot because I'm looking at social media and seeing what people be putting on social media. You know, folks say, sorry, I forget what I was going to say. Folk quick to say, I forgot what I was going to say, y'all. That's that menopause. Oh my gosh, what in the hell just happened? Maybe it wasn't that important. That's how I used to say it. It wasn't important if I forgot. But anyway, people, you know, you go through those stages. And sometimes, you know, it's that, it is the grass, you think the grass is green on the other side. I don't care what people say, because I've been married. I was young when I was married the first time. So I can believe that people can think that, because I could have did that. I was a new nurse, honey, working in the hospital. We had black doctors, and this was before you realized, before you even knew that that just because they doctors in the hospital don't mean that they all that or whatever, you know, because people always, yes, they do. People feel like, you know, nurses are going after the doctors, and a lot of them do. But child, life and experiences and being observant, I'm an observant individual as well. You learn that, honey, a lot of them cheating on their wives. A lot of them just cheating on their wives. So is that what you want? I've known nurses that got with doctors and they got them from while they was cheating on their wife, and then while they with them, then they cheating on them. You know, and it's like, why? What? That doesn't excite me. That does not excite me. I definitely at least want a relationship where we're not running around on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that I don't know. I am not going to be worried about my man cheating, you know, sleeping with somebody else or all that. I'm just not, that ain't me. I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm an Aquarius, and they say Aquarius is, we're kind of, I guess, I don't want to say territorial, but I don't think that's what they said. I don't know about territorial, but I guess in a sense, yeah, maybe in a sense. You don't want your person with nobody else or entertaining nobody else and stuff like that. That's just not, I don't like that. And so, to me, if I smell that on you, I'm not interested. So, I feel like, you know, a lot of times it is that, you know, you think the grass is green on the other side. And I saw another young lady post a video where she was saying, I got the rest of these little cucumbers where you cut the ends off. I give those to Tyler so that he gets his little veggies in too. He eats them. It's like a treat to him. I think it's like a little snack. Here, Tyler. Because he likes veggies, honey. He likes eating like we do. He actually wanted to eat like we do. But I try to limit how much table food I give him. Not to give it too often. Okay. And let me get him some water right quick. I keep this little cup here. And this is what I fill up his water basin with. Let's see if we get a bit more. I'll put you some more food in your bowl in a minute. But yeah, This girl did a video, and I've already washed these, but I'm gonna just rinse them real quick and go ahead and use these before they go to the bed too. There was a girl did a video on the 80-20 rule. Y'all heard that one? So the first time, I think most of us heard it was in Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married? But so the 80-20 rule is basically, you know, leaving your 80% for 20%, which is what most cheaters do. And so yeah, that was so I think a lot of people tend to do that. A lot more people than will admit tend to do that. And then it's like hindsight's 20/20, you know. And it may not even be for another individual. Sometimes I think people leave for the idea that there's someone better. And I just look at it like it's just so sad and unfortunate, because a lot of times you find that that's not the case. You know, that you end up leaving your situation and then you don't find, you don't find that happiness that you thought you were going to find. And I just think that that's sad, you know, when people tend to do that. And I'm sorry guys, I'm sitting here looking to see what I got. What's that? That's tomato sauce. I want. Guess we'll have to get these fresh tomatoes. I'd rather have had diced, and I don't think I have any more diced tomatoes. I try to keep that kind of stuff, but on occasion I do run out. But yeah, I think a lot of people that don't even admit it will tend to do that, you know, leave a relationship because they feel like this person isn't able to give them XYZ, and so they're gonna leave the relationship or whatever. But to me, it's still the same concept. It's like you're kind of leaving in the hopes of finding, you know, that 80% again. If you have 80%. Now, I mean, now, if you just married bad, then I mean, it's not really what you can do with that. If you just married bad, you know what I'm saying? Because that happens too. Now, if you just married flat out bad, then there's nothing, you know, really to say or do about that. It just is what it is, unfortunately. But if that's not the case, then you know, I would imagine that that person you married was your 80%, you know. And many people don't want to admit it, you know, after the fact, especially, you know, if the marriage ended and they were the reason it ended, then they may not want to admit that that was the 80% that they had. But I don't know. I'm just not in the business. Okay, another example. Like my mom and dad, they divorced. I'm not even gonna say divorced. They didn't divorce till I was older. They were separated, I guess, you know, for a long time. But they weren't divorced. And grew up in a household with just, you know, my mom. But my parents were married. My dad has since passed away, and I don't want to go into that right now. Maybe at some point I will, but my dad passed away a few years ago, and they had a wonderful relationship at that point. For many years, they had a very good relationship where they were like best friends or what have you. But when they split up, I would say they couldn't stand each other. Although she loved my dad, she couldn't kiki and giggle with him when they split up. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand that concept. Like, I feel like if you're still able to, and that may be a situation to where Megan and, what's his name, Devin? It may be a situation where they're able to get back together. You know, I don't know. Maybe they'll end up back together. I don't know. But I feel like if you're still at that point with one another, I couldn't. It would be hard for me to divorce under those circumstances. If we still getting along. And the only thing that led to us separating was, I guess in their case, was it just people? I don't know. Or was there, I don't think it was infidelity because they started out celibate, right? That's what she went through the celibacy and stuff with, was him. So, I don't know. Y'all can leave down in the comment section, like, what split them up? I'm putting some chicken broth in here. And then I'm going to add my kale, garbanzo beans, or chickpeas. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm supposed to have sauteed some vegetables. Somebody dirty up the pan. Okay, yeah, I need to saute some vegetables. I'm gonna just put some onions and garlic. Just saute some onions and garlic. That's really all. But yeah. So it's like, I don't know. So for me, if they're still able to be that cordial with one another, I just don't comprehend what made y'all get a divorce. And it ain't for me, you know, to know or care, because it ain't none of my business, ideally. Or at least it shouldn't be, I guess is what they would say. But I'm just speaking on it because I saw it, and I'm married, and I know that there's a lot of, you know, women my age who've been through divorce and are still, you know, hopeful that they can be married again and stuff. And I understand, because for me, I think it's easier in life when you have someone to share it with. I think, you know, it's my opinion. Somebody to kind of share those good and bad times with, you know. I like the idea of it. So, and I guess in a sense, I'm a sucker for love, because I like being in a relationship. You know, I've always been that way. And so, for me, that's just kind of how I look at it. I would rather be in a relationship than not. That's just that's me, you know. And so I just don't really understand. I don't understand that. I mean, maybe let me know, like, how many of you guys, is it any of you that went through a divorce and y'all were still kikiing and shit after divorce? Like, I just cannot comprehend that, because I ain't one for that. I'm gonna dislike you even if I don't dislike you in that moment, because we getting a divorce. So that's, I don't know. That's just how I look at it. And maybe that, maybe that's immature on my end. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't think it is, but maybe it is. But, yeah, I thought that was interesting though. And I just wanted to kind of talk about that. I figured while I was on here because I'm trying to come up with topics for y'all. So that when y'all watching the video, it ain't just me just cooking or whatever. We can kind of have a chit chat. I'm learning from other YouTubers, kind of what y'all like, or the direction I should move on my channel. I'm just roughly chopping these onions, y'all, because there's nothing cute about this. It's a soup. But this used to be one of my favorite soups. And I'm going to tell you guys where I got this from. I'm probably not going to remember the entire recipe because it's been years since I made this. I used to make it literally, I ain't going to say once a week, but I used to make it often. At least a couple of, maybe once a month. Let's say it that way. I used to probably make it once a month. And I got the recipe from Rachel Ray back when she used to do them 30-minute meals. I used to be like hooked on her channel then. And this was one of her recipes. It was a kale soup. And I just love it. And every time I've ever made it, everybody likes it. So anyone that's ever tried it, liked it. So I've continued to make it. But anywho, let's put us some olive oil back here so we can saute these onions and a garlic clove. Oh yeah, I moved my little thing up here. Let me grab me a little piece of garlic out of here. I had one that I already broke off. I'm shocked it ain't. Are these gone to the bad? Nope. I'm shocked they haven't. Because I think they've been up there for a little bit. But, let me make sure he ate them down. Cucumbers. But yeah. There's a couple on here. Yeah, that went too bad. But these pieces are covered. Those must have just been the outer pieces. But yeah, she made this recipe back, and that's, that was a long time ago. Back when, because I think my kids, I think they were still small, probably, or younger. When I first happened upon this recipe, I may not end up making that rice. Let me think. No, I'm not gonna do the rice. I'll wait and do that another day. I'll show y'all how I make my stir fry or my fried rice in the Instapot, and it turns out really good. Really good, considering. But it's easier, So that's why I like the idea of doing it that way. When you want, something quick and easy. That's the easy way to do it. But anywho, yeah, we don't need this, because we're not gonna do that. And I ordered this darn Instapot. And when I ordered it, I didn't realize when I was ordering it that it wasn't the big one. I don't know why I just was looking at it just assuming that it was the big one. So it's small, it's a smaller one. I would have preferred the bigger one, but that one's gonna do, because ain't like I'm getting ready to go and upgrade it. We're gonna stick with that now that we have it. Ain't like I'm cooking For a lot of people, number one anyway. But yeah. We I got the recipe from her, and I absolutely love oops, this soup. And I'm probably not doing it the exact way that she did it anymore because, like I said, it's been so many years, and I really don't even remember the full recipe because it's been so long. But we're gonna just go off memory and make it good. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I wonder sometimes, like I've heard older people say it, but like, are we just too quick to throw away marriage and stuff? Do you think we are? Because I kind of feel like we are. Like we do kind of just, this ain't going right. I don't want to do this no more. I think we're so like that. And that's not good. That's why a lot of our children grew up in single parent homes, you know, because maybe some people, maybe they gave up on the marriages too soon, but I can say this. Most people I know that did get a divorce, they probably needed to get a divorce. I don't really know anyone that got a divorce and it didn't sound, no, I'm not, let me think. Let me think before I say that. Me personally, I don't think I know anybody that got a divorce and it wasn't justifiable. I guess I can say it that way. You know, I don't really know anybody who just got a divorce just for the sake of getting a divorce. So with that, maybe that's the same for them. You know, maybe there was something but I mean, it seemed like we would have heard about it. I don't think I ever heard that there was any infidelity. And I know that people save the aquafaba, as they call it from this, aquafaba, but the juice from the chickpeas, and use it for stuff, but I don't know what I'm going to use it for. So I ain't trying to save it just to be saving it. And then look up in the refrigerator and got something that needs to be thrown out. Let me put these are mung bean sprouts. And I was going to add that to my rice. But we're not going to do the rice, so we're not going to worry about that. We're going to put some of this vegetable bouillon. Woo! I have the hardest time opening jars and stuff now. I try to leave these kind of loose because these darn better than bouillon jars. Child, these things be hard to open if you screw that top on there too tight. I don't know what it is, but that shit, it'd be so hard to open. I'm like, what in the world? So I just put a little bit of, this is vegetable bouillon or base. So I put a little bit of that in there because that has so much flavor. And I just want to be sure that, you know, we're good and seasoned as far as our liquid. Even though I'm using chicken broth, I still want to be sure it's good and flavored. Because I'm adding kale, which of course is nothing, you know. It's gonna soak up whatever, you know, whatever's in there. It's gonna soak up the seasonings, the flavors. This is some onions I had left over from when I made those birria tacos. And they just been sitting there needing to be used. So we're going to add those in here as well so that we don't have to waste those. Now, as you can tell, I try to use stuff in my refrigerator. Okay, so I think I'm going to add these to the saute. This is that asparagus that was left over. We'll add this to the onions, saute it, get them a little softer. And I don't think I'm debating should I add any seasoning. We'll add a little bit. I think what I'm going to add is some of my umami or mushroom seasoning. I think. No, I'm not. Because I think I only got a little bit of that. Let me see. Maybe I'll add trying to think what kind of seasoning I want in here. I may end up. Child, I got so much seasonings. I told y'all this is ridiculous. We're hoarders of seasonings. Nobody should have this much seasonings in their cabinet. But to me, it's a sign of people that like to cook, honey. Fried rice seasoning. Nah. I think I'm just gonna put this in there. I just recently bought this and I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of digging it. It's got coriander and annatto. I'm not sure what annatto is, but it's really good. It says it's good in rice, soups, poultry, seafood, and more. I like it. So we're going to use that to season these onions and asparagus. Okay, let me see. I might add a little more oil in here. I need to order me some olive oil because we're running low. All right, we're going to peel these 2 onions. I need to get this kale. Cleaned. I don't know where my other potato peeler is. I think it's probably in there. We'll use this one. But yeah, I think that most people, though, that get divorced, do get divorced for a reason. I don't think that most of us are out here just divorcing for the hell of it. But I do think that, you know, people some people, you know, go into marriages and not look at it as what it is, you know, and that it's going to require a lot of work and a lot of patience, you know. But as long as you guys can communicate, because that's the biggest thing, as long as y'all can communicate and there's no, you know, infidelity or abuse of any kind, and I think we need to learn how to kind of stick it out or don't get married. You know, it's like either don't get married or learn to stick it out, because it's supposed to be sacred. You know, marriage is supposed to be sacred. And I do feel like some aspects of the world has made us you know, look at marriage with less respect. And it shouldn't be that way, you know. People who are out here disrespecting marriage, you know, that's something for them to have to deal with. But it shouldn't be we shouldn't have to look at it like, oh, marriage is, it ain't even, I was cracked up to me because I done seen this person and this person and their marriage not work. You know, it shouldn't, it's sad, but it shouldn't be that way, you know. Let me turn this pot off back here. It shouldn't be that way because most people that aren't married, in my opinion, I feel like they wish they could be in a happy marriage. And I'm not gonna, and that's why I said happy, because I didn't want to say marriage, because if a lot of people do feel like if you can't be happy, they don't want to be married. And I agree with that. I do agree that there's no sense in being married and you can't be happy, you know. But once you say I do, I don't know that, you know, that it's cute or what have you to divorce because you're no longer happy, you know. It has to be, it needs to be more than just that, because otherwise, you know, it's kind of taking the sanctity of marriage for granted, and we shouldn't do that. So yeah, you see me, I'm speed. I'm showing y'all, this is how I be cooking during the week. Honey, your girl be speeding through trying to get stuff done, because ain't nobody got time to be over no stove and stuff for no hours at a time, and you got to work. Ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Jennifer Lewis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah. I am showing you how I kind of whiz through cooking, and I still cook a lot of days because we eat. We eat. And if we gotta eat, then somebody gotta be cooking, because we can't always eat out. And so I try not to get in the habit of doing a whole lot of eating out. Now, while I enjoy eating out, well, I'll say I used to love eating out. Now I don't love it so much because, honey, the stuff is just, the quality of stuff has went down. So unless you're going to an upper scale restaurant, which most of the time, you're not doing that during the week, during the work week. Unless you're going to an upper scale restaurant, the food quality a lot of times is just really poor nowadays. So I try not to eat out a whole lot like I used to. Because I be worried, child, that somebody gonna make me sick in the restaurant. You know what I mean? nobody got time for that. Alright, so we're gonna dice some potatoes. Dice some potatoes. You saw that was a quick way to cut them. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Y'all might not. Let me bring y'all closer. Y'all want to see this? I mean, you probably don't care about dicing potatoes, do you? I cut them long ways. Usually you get like 3 cuts through there. Then you turn it and cut. I don't know why I'm telling y'all. I think most of the people who's watching this video probably old enough to know how to do all this, but honey, I watch other people so I can learn new stuff. It might be something I ain't doing, you know, that I didn't realize or whatever. So it ain't about somebody trying to show you something that you may know. It just may be something you didn't think about. You know. Alright. We're gonna put the potatoes in. And I'm probably gonna end up adding some more liquid. But it'll be water now. And like I said, this is just a quick recipe. I mean, this is something quick I'm putting together. If you can eat cottage cheese, try this out. The cottage cheese with the pineapple. That's the only way I used to eat cottage cheese. Was with pineapple. And then I ran across a recipe on TikTok. Where they were doing the cottage cheese and mustard. That's pretty good. But that cottage cheese, these are some nacho cheese bites, y'all. But I try to put something healthy in my body before I eat something not so healthy. But the out. Let me try to move on slow motion. No. I just smell food, honey. He comes just like children in the house. But yeah, the cottage cheese was mustard. It was good, but it was not. It was he don't like loud noises, so see you make a little noise like that and make him jump here, get on. But yeah. The cottage cheese with the mustard, it's okay, but for me, the cottage cheese with the pineapple is how I initially started eating cottage cheese, so I may already be kind of biased. I could eat the cottage cheese with mustard, but the cottage cheese with pineapple, y'all try both of them and let me know which one you think. Let me know which one you think. Pineapple or mustard. Or if you eat it a different way, or something else, let me know. You know, I'm sure it's a million different ways to eat it. But yeah, we're just gonna pull this kale off of the stem. And it's not a lot of kale, so that's why this is not going to be too bad. Because, you know, I tried to make the kale chips, and it didn't turn out right. So I've already used some of this kale. I prefer the kale. I got these from Food Line. I like the kale from Harris Teeter. Or, you know, one of the other stores like that. Harris Teeter, Publix. I like their kale better. But Food Line is what it was for this. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting this in there. In the pot, so I can see how much liquid. I may not need any more liquid because I forgot I got that tomato sauce to put in there. But this is a very it's a way to get in your greens and your fiber from your beans. This is a easy way to me to get it in, because most of the time, people are going to eat a soup, you know, no matter what's in it. Most people are going to eat a soup, unless, you know, you just done really made a bad soup. But I don't think there's been too many times I've had a soup that, you know, I wasn't okay with, so. Or that I've made and they weren't okay with. So I would definitely say that this is one to try. And of course that kale is going to cook now. I want them real. I think that's it. I think that's it. And he usually don't like just plain greens. Now sometimes I'll, you know, chop them up and put them in something for him, like if I'm making him some food. But right now I'm not making him food, so I'm not gonna hold on to that. Because I do make my puppy food as well. I did a video showing, I think I did a couple of little videos where I'm pretty sure I hadn't posted them yet though. I've got stuff that I hadn't posted yet. But where I made him food. And he actually likes the food that I make him. I kind of got the idea from that farmer's. Have you guys seen that commercial? I don't know if you have pets. A lot of people, I guess, don't have pets, but a lot of us don't have pets. I'll say it that way. And I'm assuming that's who's watching my videos. I don't know, but the farmer's dog is that fresh food basically for dogs. And I kind of took the idea from there to make him his food. And so that's kind of how I came up with the recipes, or I ain't gonna say the recipes, the concoctions that I came up with for him. That's kind of how I came up with it. It was from the farmer's dog concept. Okay, let me put these cucumbers in the refrigerator while I'm waiting to chop up everything. I got stuff up here I think I need to throw away. I've got I got a sweet potato and a white potato up there that I need to cut up for Tyler. I just haven't did it yet. I may try to do that tomorrow. And if I do, I'll let you guys see how I make his food if you're interested. I know a lot of y'all might be like, girl, anybody don't care about how you make your dog some food. But I figure somebody might. Someone might. Because especially if you're, you know, trying to buy it. I think I'm just going to toss this because it's going to be really none left on here when I cut off this part that's no longer any good. And it's really just that it's, I don't know, but it's not any good. I don't really mess with food when it starts looking too crazy. It's a little suspect. I mean, I ain't eating it because people get sick or perish from stuff that you like. Now, I know you can't control everything in life, you know, but sometimes I be, you know, you see stuff and it's like, oh my gosh. It's kind of traumatized. And mine is, I saw a video talking about someone, a lady that passed away from eating a potato. It had like a rotten spot on it or something. And she ate it, you know, not thinking anything about it. And the darn thing killed her. Oh gosh, this video is already about an hour, y'all. I'm so sorry. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. And I'll pick you guys, I'll just pick up the camera and show you once I finished everything. And I'll show you how everything looks. But I'll bring you closer, let you just see right now. What this kale soup is looking like. So we got the potatoes on the bottom. I'm kind of pushing these now that they've gotten exposed to the heat. I can kind of push this kale down in here a little bit. And then we can add in our onions and garlic and asparagus. She didn't add asparagus to her. Yeah, she didn't have asparagus. I probably should have cut that asparagus smaller. Probably should have been only bite-sized pieces. Let me see. let's just cut them in half. These kitchen shears, honey, if you don't use your kitchen shears, honey, you are not cooking. Cause honey, these things, I use them all the time. I got like several different pair. I use them so often. Cause it's like sometimes I be looking for them and the one might be in the dishwasher or dirty in the sink or something. Honey, got to have a backup. Okay, so I just cut those into, I think I got a couple more here. Cut these into bite-sized pieces, honey. And now it's more uniform, because that was looking a little off there. I'm like, wait a minute now, that ain't looking right. And it's not gonna be comfortable to eat all different sizes of food, honey. And if you guys don't know, I enjoy cooking. Sometimes I get tired of it and I take a break. But I do enjoy cooking because I like food, so I enjoy cooking. And so you will see me cooking a lot on this channel. I'm sorry if that's something that you don't like, but I'm a foodie and my husband's a foodie and he's a Southern man, and so with all that comes what we like to eat. Here's my chickpeas and my tomatoes. I think I might add another can of chickpeas. Let me see. Let me see here. I don't know if there's everything to go in here. I hope it is, because I feel like I'm missing something. I'm not sure. Not sure. I mean, I know we're missing the sausage, but it seems like it's something else. Let me make sure we're gonna get chickpeas are, I think, probably part of the staple for the meal. Is the chickpeas and the kale. Okay, so I wanted to make sure it's enough chickpeas, and I think that's enough. All right, so that's our soup. I'm going to see if my husband gonna pick up a sausage link for me. Oh, I bought one. No, I didn't. So I can put that in here. And I think that's it. All right, so I'll show y'all the finish. I'll show y'all everything once I'm finished. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little section of the video. I mean, with this video, I know it's been long. I apologize for that. I'm long-winded. Honey, I think the older you get, the longer-winded you get. So I apologize, but honey, I be talking. But anyway. I hope you got something out of the video that was useful. I'm getting ready to clean this up. Finish cutting these onions for the cucumber salad and cut some tomatoes. And I probably end up trying to make some ranch dressing so that I can, you know, put some ranch dressing on it. And that's really gonna be it. So, I'm sorry. Rude. So, I'll catch up with you guys later. I'll try to cut down on the length of these videos. Okay. Bye, y'all.